Hey guys, it's Richard. Today I'm just going to be cutting my hair. I can basically just show you guys of how to just get this hair instead of going to the barber and like risking a few dollars in cash just to get like a bald spot in your head. You could basically do everything at home. I'm just going to be tidying it up a little bit, basically just cutting the sides. Right now the top is a pretty good length right now. I'm probably just going to leave it at that, but I'll show you what length you should have it at if you wanted to have it like mine. So first, obviously, you need clippers and you need scissors. So what I like to do is, since I don't have like clips to like clip my hair to keep it in one spot, I usually just get a comb, put it wet, and like comb it the other side. I'll show you. So I just grab all this hair that is long and put it to the other side. And I just keep this comb wet. It took me a while to like get this hair to be just right, because there are a lot of times where you can just get this part of your like the side of your head cut all the way up to this top of your head, which will make it extremely bad. In order to not make this happen, if you're trying to get this cut, I'll show you. So what I basically have is an undercut. An undercut is basically just having the sides shapen up into like a number 3 or 4. When I say number 3 or 4, it's basically just the clippers like guard basically, which basically says, hey, I want to leave like a few centimeters of hair left on the side. In order to actually like see how much of the side you want to cut, if you don't have like an undercut like what I already have, there's something called a parietal ridge. Parietal ridge lies around this side of your head, and that basically means of like where the head, basically imagine this is like your head. It's basically where like your head starts to round off, right? So if there's your head here with your cheeks and stuff, then it sweeps up, and when it starts sweeping up, that's where your parietal ridge is, I believe. What you want is, you don't want to cut it at all. You don't want to cut the parietal ridge. You want it so that's, instead of cutting it all up against the skin, you don't want it to be round off. You don't want your head to be round, basically. You want it to be boxy, basically. So when you're cutting it, you're basically just like cutting it straight, just like this. Just like that. Just cut it straight. Alright, you want to see how I do it to find the parietal ridge. I get a comb, put it against the side of my head, and basically whenever the comb starts to like tilt or like move like this way up against my head, that's where the parietal ridge starts. So let's do this as an example. And I know it's kind of hard to see. Notice how when it starts to tilt this way, that's when the parietal ridge starts. And basically feel my way until where the pivot is of where it like starts to move. The parietal ridge is like around this side. So once you know like what area it is, you basically just want to sweep your hair and just cut it based on that. So this is my parietal ridge area. Now, since you sectioned off that side of your head, let's go cut it. As you guys can see, I'm basically just cutting all this area that I sectioned off into like a number 3 right now. Okay. All right. Okay, so now since I got the sides done, I'm gonna be showing you the top part. So I just comb it all down, just like this. And usually I have it cut it up into like the nose area right here. Usually you just cut it like from that point, and you basically just do it like that. You can see it, the front part, that's how mine is. And I basically just snip it like upwards like this, but I'm not gonna cut it. But I just basically just comb it downwards like here, and I just cut it until, or like before it like reaches my ear. So I kind of just like grab all this hair and basically cut it based on where my ear is. I'm gonna leave it at like this length right here. Check the other side and make sure you make like some kind of parting that you want it. So you part it based on if you want it in the middle or like on the side, like a 60 by 40 one. So what I have here is a thinning scissor. Basically it kind of just like adds more texture into your hair. And you basically just like wrap like an end, for example this part. You don't want to cut it like all the way in the middle, it'll make your hair fried. So you basically just cut it very gently like this much on the side, on like whatever area is kind of thick. So you basically just feel it out, see where it's thick, and you just snip. Okay, and now I'm just going to shape my sideburns real quick. Okay, and it basically kind of looks like this, unwashed. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. You just have to cut the sides to the right amount of length. I accidentally used a number 2, so that's why it's a lot more like, it shows a lot more skin. Whoops. But usually you want to do it with a number 3 or 4 regard. But usually I would cut the top a lot more, but like since it's summertime, I already cut it a lot, so it just grew back to like its original length. So yeah. Well, anyways, like, subscribe.